Hello Commanders, welcome to the command table. My name is Matt, and I'm going to be taking you through 4 different SR levels of Jormag. And we have no modifiers still, so pretty straightforward, but we've got a couple of modifications from previous strats and a couple of new things to look at. So before we get into that though, if you would please be so kind as to like, subscribe, and if you want notifications when I drop new videos, be sure to hit that notification bell. Also, if you have any questions or comments, or if you have a cool new build that you'd like to share with everybody, go ahead and comment below. Alright, so let's go ahead and get into the big boy, SR15. So this is max level raid. We have some Eternal Champions, 2 groups of them, 2 groups of Plaguebearers, a Battle Drummer, a Phoenix, and 2 Risen Warriors. Now this differs slightly from 2 weeks ago when we had this last time, in that I'm using the Risen Warriors in the back instead of the Assassins, and I'm using the Entangling Roots to slow everything down, which keeps the Phoenix mostly intact without having to worry about too much. So let's go ahead and, we're using Toe level 4, Ring of Unity rank 3, and Spear of Cataclysm rank 3. No Elixirs. Let's go ahead and watch that one play out. Now we are using the Empower Plagued Powerstone on both the Phoenix and the Eternal Champions. The Eternal Champions also have Berserk. Now the Phoenix went down, but it's going to pop back up here in a minute. There it is. Okay. A lot of fire applied there. And we got the heal from Toe there. We just went below the threshold, so everything got a little bit of a heal. Now the Eternal Champions come back and clean everything up, which is very handy. And lots of stamina on those Eternal Champions. They're able to grind it out. Now, when we get to the SR14 on my other profile, you'll see that I had a little bit of a struggle keeping everybody alive for that, so we had to make some alterations. Anyway, let's go ahead and skip through to the end on that. That's pretty straightforward. Now, okay, so I did lose video in between that one and this one, so that's why you see the 46% health. I tried a swarm build, but it was really early in the morning, and it didn't work out so hot. So, same deal, but for this one, less trouble on the Phoenix. See, the Phoenix stays up the entire time, and we're able to get everybody down nice and easy. Okay, so there's that. Let's move on to... we'll just go ahead and show you the Powerstones. The last one's just a rinse, lather, repeat on SR15. So there you go, Empower Plagued. We've got Berserk. Then on the Plaguebearers, we have Attack 3 and Slow, which isn't necessary, but it's there. Enhance 2 and Protection 3 on the Battle Drummer. On the Roots, we have Enhance 2 times 2. And on the Phoenix, there we go, we have the Empower Plagued and Attack 3. It's still pretty early in the season, so I haven't stacked up a bunch of Power Stones. Risen Warriors have Protection 3 and Damage 3 times 2. Okay, so let's show you the SR14 attempts. Okay, so for this, I used the Health Elixir just because my Eternal Champions, as you can see, are a little bit lower level. But it's essentially the exact same build, the only difference being that I've got one less body in the Eternal Champions because their levels are a little bit lower, and the Plaguebearers are a little bit lower as well, so less bodies on that. Oh, and something, see if you can notice what else I missed from matching the SR15 build. We'll see if you pick up on it over the next minute or two. But anyway, cruises right along and goes off pretty much without a hitch. We've got Plague on the Phoenix now, so it's going to be attacking faster. And now Jormag is vulnerable, and he's going to go down very quickly. Okay, we lose an EC. Looks like we've lost 2 of them so far. But the 2 or 3 or 4 that are left are able to get him down very easily. Alright, so see if you picked up what I forgot. Okay, so health fail. This one failed, and a little bit of weird pathing on some things. Some of the ECs get to Jormag early and they get pounded. I could probably do better placement on the Risen Warriors. They probably need to be moved back and down a little bit so that they get those Arcane Archers a little easier before getting pounded by Jormag. So, yeah, this one does not go quite as well. And see, now the ECs are getting up to Jormag too early, and they haven't cleared everything out. So we're going to get some losses there, and we don't quite make it all the way. Okay, now we finally got all the Risen Warriors. Everything can move up, but we're down to the one EC, and he's not been vulnerable for most of that time. So let's go ahead and skip through to the end. Now, have you noticed what I missed? So now I've added an extra elixir, but that's not what I missed. I'm still missing it in this one. If you haven't picked up on it yet, I'll go ahead and bring it to your attention. I didn't equip Troll Giant's Toe. I'm using Primal Warhorn. I didn't switch that out. So that makes a big difference, especially once all your Risen Warriors and Plaguebearers are dead. It gives you a huge heal on all of your units and ramps up their attack power substantially. So I fixed that in the next iteration, but this one does finish him off. So that's at least a bright side there. So here it is with Toe. So I'm still using those 2 elixirs. It just stabilizes everything, and I've got tons of them stacked up. So hopefully you can do it without them, but given that this is SR14 on a second profile, I'm not going to complain. Those roots do a fantastic job of delaying the Risen Warriors reaching the Phoenix, and pretty much everything dies before it can get off more than a hit or so. And the health and the regen make everything very smooth on this. So yeah, I mean, I can do it with just the health, but the regen just makes it to where I know I'm not going to have to spend an extra key for some random RNG catastrophe. Okay, so let's okay, just skip ahead. You can see that he does go down. Okay, so that's a one shot with 2 elixirs. Alright, now onto the SR10. Okay, we're doing Swarm on this one just because I only have 1 EC on this and it's very low level. So here we got a bunch of Warhounds, a couple Direwolves, the Wraiths, and then we've put the Plaguebearers in the back with Slow. And they are able to hold everything off long enough until boom. So there went his health, we got the heart, and that's what we're after. So again, 2 elixirs, the immunity and the power, and we do want Primal Warhorn on this, plus Ring of Unity and Spear of Cataclysm. So we achieved the objective, we don't have to stick around for that. Now, I did make a couple of tweaks. I noticed that oh, and I took off the power elixir just to see if I could get it done with immunity, and it does work well enough. But watch these arcane archers. They're gonna clip the pyre. There's one, and next shot, boom, they clip it again. So that leaves him protected for a little bit longer than I'm comfortable with. So what I decided to do was make a little alteration, which we'll fast forward to show you here. Okay, so I put a group of RWs. I dropped a group of Plaguebearers, and I put these guys in there. They're going to pop up and be the closest units to these Arcane Archers, and that's going to draw their fire so that those 3rd and 4th shots don't go anywhere near that pyre, and that increases the vulnerable uptime for Jormag. So a little bit of an improvement there. I'm glad that that's making things a little smoother for me, especially since I want to try and get away with just using the 1 elixir. So I don't want ill-timed pound from Jormag deleting my army and not getting the heart. Okay, so that covers SR10. Let's move on to SR5. Now this one, this is proof that my brain doesn't work at 4:30 in the morning. But I just figured we'd go ahead and give it a shot. I just thought, oh, my paladin might be able to hack it, but it's still very low level. This account has only been active for a couple weeks now. And Risen Warriors eating through my archers in the back. It was just really ugly. I don't recommend using this particular build. You see, he eats my paladin there. It just didn't work out so hot. So I did try a different iteration, but we'll just skip that because it's basically the same. Then I opted to go back to the old Bombtrain tactic. Just had to try and find my placement just because I have to adjust for run speed and everything. So the bombs were way off, they're way too forward, and they drew the attention of this earth elemental before the right time. So that didn't go off so hot. I still managed to cap off the last 7% from the runs before. Then I got my bombs dialed in for the right time. There's no run speed on them, and the Primal Warhorn at rank 0 doesn't grant any extra run speed. So this is just normal run speed. All of them managed to get there, and we take out a huge chunk of HP. Also, the assassins were able to chip away at them for a while there too. So now I've got my bombs in the right place. I've got everything else situated to where it's going to pull everything out of the way. The thing that I've got to worry about now is getting the damage to try and get it in one shot. So this one, I made the decision. Let's get the levels here. Okay, there's the levels. You see, I had this level 6 Bombot back here with the other ones, but I switched it to the front because I thought that might be enough to take out these shield bearers. And then I'd have my heavier bombs to make it all the way to Jormag, and that might get me the extra oomph that I need to finish him off. I also noticed that I could upgrade some Powerstones on my assassins, so we went ahead and included those as well. But you'll notice that that level 6 is just not enough to get those shield bearers, and it cost me an extra Bombot. So I basically lost a Bombot, making it to the final target in the end. So lots of ways that this can be done. I'm going to keep working on this SR5 build. I should be able to pull out at least 5 hearts for my clan. And yeah, so there it is. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those below. And thank you for supporting the channel. Do appreciate you liking and subscribing. You can also check out thecommandtable.com, and we will have more content for you in the near future.